4th grade. I am so glad that you're taking the time to join me today to learn about some inferencing and drawing conclusions in fictional texts. So remember, fictional texts are stories that are not true. Fiction, fake, the F and the F. Nonfiction are stories that are not fake, that are true. So today we are going to read The Rainbow Fish. So I know some of you are like, "Ooh, I've read that book before. That's great." So hopefully when you're listening to me read it today and ask you these questions, you can really think about the text or the book in a deeper way. So we're going to get started right away. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And remember, we're taking what we know, what's in the story, and putting it together to make an inference. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the rainbow fish. And this is the rainbow fish. Look how pretty with the sparkly scales. Oh, and this is from my friends, Bree and Joey, and it's to my daughter. So they got this for it. It says, "Kinsley, life's better with friends." It's a cute little note in the beginning. All right, so here is the rainbow fish. And I just want to remind you to, when I ask a question, make sure that you pause it, take a second to think about it, and answer it before you push play. Okay, let's see if this adjusts. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. So what is so special about this rainbow fish? So you had to make the inference that this rainbow fish is special because he has sparkling silver scales in every shade of blue. So you took what that author said and what you know about stuff that's sparkly, and when it's described like this, you know that that must mean that this fish is a special fish. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would all call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So what can you infer about the relationship of Rainbow Fish and the other fish? So you could make the inference that he doesn't really play or get along with the other fish. Maybe he thinks he's a little bit better because he's like, I'm not going to go play with them. He just swam by, and it said that he let his scales shimmer as he swam by. So maybe he thinks he's a little bit better than all of the other fish to play with them. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the rainbow fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. What does rainbow fish's actions tell you about her? And what does the little blue fish do that shows you he's upset? So when the rainbow fish is saying, "Get away from me," well, that shows that that rainbow fish, she's not very nice, right? She didn't say nicely that he couldn't have the scales. Instead, she responded with, "Get away from me." And you can tell down here that the little blue fish is upset because look at his face. And he said they turned away when he swam by. Oh. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales, with no one to admire them. Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me? I can't answer that for you, said the starfish. But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you. So why is the rainbow fish the loneliest fish in the ocean? And why does she not want to give away her scales? So we can infer that she's the loneliest in the ocean because nobody wants to play with her or even look at her anymore because she's not very nice. And we can infer that she doesn't want to give away her scales because she wants to have all of the shimmering, beautiful scales. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. I have been waiting for you, said the octopus with a deep voice. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. I can't, the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small, shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the littlest fish. And gave it to the little fish. Thank you. Thank you very much. The little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. So when we have words that we're not familiar with, like here, maybe you don't know what peculiar is, you actually are making inferences to figure out these words. So I'm going to read this section again, and then I want you to pause it and think about the word peculiar. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. So we can infer that the word peculiar means different, right? Because it's a feeling that he's not used to because he just sat there and watched the little blue fish. Because in the beginning, all the fish were watching rainbow fish. But here, he's just sitting and watching this little blue fish swim back and forth with this glittering scale. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So, what does the author mean he feels at home with the other fish? So, when the author is saying he feels at home with the other fish, home is a safe place. or it's a place that you're comfortable with. So when he's with those other fish, he's comfortable and he's having a good time. So that means he's actually making friends with the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possession had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. And there's a picture of the rainbow fish. So how did the rainbow fish change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story? So at the beginning of the story, we saw that the rainbow fish didn't really have any friends, right? He thought he was better than everyone with his shimmering scales. And then as the story went on and he started to give away some of his shimmering scales, he felt really good about himself and he started to make friends. The rainbow fish actually changed because he made more friends and actually became a lot kinder by doing so. So you guys did an excellent job um, making some inferences as we read the rainbow fish. So just like the other few days, oops, wrong screen. You are going to choose one activity to do from this choice board. You can use these stories at storyonline.net, or you can do a fiction book that you may have at home. I really enjoyed reading The Rainbow Fish with you guys today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.